right, Miami. It is Wednesday, December 11th, 2019, and this is Nothing's Going On, episode 24.
All right.
Finally back, not here by myself, all depressed like the last two shows. And this time I get to be here with the excellent panel. To my left doesn't even need an introduction. He's been real busy. It's Art Handler.
Hey, guys. Hey, Miami. I've been gone a while, and it's me. It's not you.
And to his left, repeat customer and horticultural specialist, it's Andy.
Aloha.
Nice.
Awesome. Andy, I just saw you crack a beer. I was hoping that you could pass me that beer cracker so I can do the same. Or maybe you want to crack it yourself and just pass me yours. Perfect.
That works.
You're going to do it? I want to remind the listeners that we're here on Jolt Radio. You can check us out at joltradio.org or nothingsgoingon.com to get the podcasts. And
305-361-8557 to join the show, Miami.
Exactly.
Get in on
if
it.
you want to talk about anything.
There's a long line.
And so let's start with whatever you guys did these past couple weeks, or if you have anything that happened to you particularly interesting. I got a couple things for you, but did a lot of
I haven't
art week
slept.
stuff.
Yeah, I haven't slept in weeks because there's been this little art fair in town that kind of put Miami on the map for art fairs and art. It changed Miami to an art town, which we used to be a fishing town. So that's been going on. We just kind of finished and wrapped up the last bit of stuff, hanging sculptures in parks, taping bananas to walls, doing what we can for the community.
We'll talk about that one a little later, but first, I did want to... Okay, I got a story for you guys.
Hit me.
Anna and I, we go out because our friends Ruben Yares and Antonio Wright, they had an install outside the Untitled Out Fair there on the beach, which was a kind of revolving set of flagpoles where flags would go up and down on a wire kind of thing, and as they went up, they would come back down, and then it was like another flag. There was a bunch of flags, and so you'd get to see like a bunch of flags superimposed with each other that would never fly together, kind of thing. An interesting little piece.
Cool.
It was called
Flags.
It is not down on any. It is not down on any map. True places never are. So it was just cool if you like flags, if you like kinetic art, all that kind of stuff, right? Anyway, after that, we get stuck on the beach because there was some major accident on. It's like 6:30, so it's rush hour. Everybody's leaving the beach, and then there's some huge accident on MacArthur or something. And it says the maps all say that it's going to take us over an hour to get home.
Better to stay and hit a bar.
Exactly what we did. So we go to the Deuce, and we're like, well, let's just wait it out here, and maybe we'll get dinner after this, and then that way we don't sit in putt-putt in traffic for an hour and a half, right? So we're at the Deuce, having a good time. And Anna, and this happens to her quite often, she spots a 20 on the floor. And it was already trampled and everything. So like a trampled $20 bill. And she's like, look, it's fucking 20. And it's right behind this guy that's sitting next to me. And so I pick it up. And then I look at him and the other guy, like right next to him. And I'm like, hey, did either of you guys lose any money? Because I don't want to tell them how much mony it is.
And
I
the answer's yes. I mean, whoever you are, the answer's always yes.
So the guy couldn't tell me if he lost any money or not. He wasn't sure. He's like, maybe, like, I had cash, whatever. And I'm like, well, how much do you think it was? Whatever. If you guess the amount, I'll give it back to you, And he, like, checks himself. He's had a lot of drinks already, so he can't really remember. So I'm just thinking it's not his money. This is Anna's money now, Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I started to talk to him about why he asked me something about Miami, and then I asked him like, "Oh, where are you from? Are you here for the art week?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am here for the art week." I'm like, "Oh, okay. If you're coming down here, you must be like some collector or something like that. Who else? Why else would you come?"
For the party.
Well, I guess you could come for the party, but and he was an older guy, like even older than Artie here.
Hey, old guys like to party,
and so. I guess he was here for the party. He told me first that he came to I forget exactly how he said it. He was like, oh, there's this artist that I really wanted to see. His name is Max. Oh, fuck. what was the guy's name?
Way to research there, buddy.
Oh, sorry. It was like Max Power or something, but it wasn't. Okay.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay. And I was like, but is it like fine art or commercial art or what is it? And then he starts talking to me about it, and he's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like the best art I've ever seen. In any of these fairs I've been to, it's like the best. This guy, what he does is he does tape art. So he makes portraits in tape, and he does it live at the fairs. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
what kind of
what are we
tape?
getting into
What kind of tape are we
right
talking
here? Like electrical tape.
Okay.
Well,
And so,
Jolting.
no, I'm shitting on, like, we saw it, and we looked the guy up, and the guy makes a lot of money if he goes around the world selling this tape art and doing live art and whatever, but I thought I was getting into a conversation with, like, a collector or something, and it turns out that it was...
it's a sticky situation.
I actually told the guy, do you know he asked me, like, what's the difference between commercial art and not commercial art? And when he said that, I should have been like, and I was like, commercial art is like tie-dye Bob Marley paintings at Scope or something. Or at Pulse or whatever. That's at Pulse, right? Pulse is the one that's all like really cheesy stuff.
I don't go to any of the fairs.
Well, whatever. And he's like, well, it's tape art and it's live and all this stuff. And I guess if you don't, it sounds really cheesy to you guys maybe. Well, not to you, Ben. And not to you, Artie.
Thank you.
But the guy he was so keen on this, and then he's like, yeah, and I met the guy, and he was super nice, and then I was like wondering, like, did you like hook up with the guy or something? And he's like, no, because the guy came all the way from Arizona to see this guy.
Hey,
It's like
guy likes tape, man.
You can't pull the guy's last name out of your brain.
oh, it was Max. It wasn't Power.
Well,
it was
hold
like
on, we can
Max
just look up
something or
Max-
other.
Max
There's
tape
there's
art.
there's
Yeah,
so
Max
many
tape art.
ways
Look
that
it up.
Art Week has transformed this town. Some for the better, and some
That stuff sells,
Not
man.
so much, you know. The town that I was born and raised in and love becomes a whorehouse for a week, and there's more parties than you can shake a stick at, and a lot of them are really good, man. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
The art is, it's subjective. A lot of it's trash, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is like literally trash that people have spray painted, and there it is. I'm reminded of a palette that I found that had paint all over it. I put a couple of D-rings, I brought it home and hung it on the wall. True story. And
Was that this year?
that was last night, man, before the kids woke up. But true story, man. This town has really transformed in the last 10 years for sure. Are we on the 10-year anniversary? No, we're on like the 16th
19
anniversary of
started like
Basel.
in 02 or something.
It was supposed to be 01, but the towers, 9/11, so they canceled it. 02 was the first Basel, and it was a complete slush fund for the first several years. Then it kind of petered out with the housing and the market crash of 9, 10, 11, but it's really bounced back.
Yeah.
But there's some, we'll get into it later, but there's some economic portends and omens, for the future when it comes to the art. But, it outperforms the S&P 500. It outperforms the stock market, the real estate market, the art market.
Really?
Consistently outperforms these.
Must be like the highest end of the high end.
Does
Now,
the stock market,
not dollar for dollar, but return on investment.
does the stock market have $120,000 bananas?
We're going to get into that.
We're gonna get into that, but not yet. It's
right.
that's too lengthy.
That's the
of a-
teaser.
Yeah,
That's the teaser for the.
You do anything else?
audience.
You find it? Oh, did you find Max the tape artist?
Yeah, his name is Max Zorn.
There you go, Max Zorn.
He's a
Oh,
Dutch artist who has been active in street art, at night, and urban art since May 2011.
There you go.
He works with brown packing tape.
Yes, brown packing tape. Max Zorn. It's just as catchy as Max Power.
Nice.
It's funny because
I like Max Power better.
He's got a tape art here of it looks like the guy from Peaky Blinders.
Mr. Bean.
Shelby, what's in Peaky Blinders? Anyway, there's
Peaky
some-
Damn,
Blinders.
you
What
should
the
buy
hell-
that.
What the hell is Peaky Blinders?
It's just some show that Andy watches on Netflix.
Oh.
but he's in an urban setting, like a modern day urban setting. Anyway, Max Zorn, check him out.
On it.
Plug.
You guys have any stories from this past week? You guys, anything funny happened to you?
We did the sculpture park in
Hilarious.
Collins Park. And we had the usual screamers and homeless and people screaming at the sky and pooping in the bushes while we're working, and cops breaking stuff up and people threatening gallery owners. Homeless people. Gallery owners come with their expensive new cell phones, having conversations overseas and photographing what we're doing, and then the homeless there in the park start screaming at them and saying, "I'm going to hit you." This was yesterday.
Awesome.
And the gallery owner came up to me and says, "Benny, Artie, pardon me, I have this doppelganger. They say, hey, what's going on here? I don't understand. They don't even speak English, and I have to explain to this local homeless person, hey, this person doesn't understand what you're saying." And they say, "Well, that's why I'm yelling at them, because they're speaking another language, and they scared me." I was like, Jesus. Luckily, we had the park rangers come over and settle the situation, and the security. It's crazy. It's a free for all. We really love the park show. We have a great time. We drive our trucks over everything, and when I mean everything, everything. We drive it over the grass, over the sidewalks. We park wherever the hell we want, in the shade, have lunch. We put up a few sculptures. We dig in the ground. We run forklifts over everything. It's a grand time.
Beautiful.
It really is. I miss when the show closes down because I can't drive over the park anymore. I have to actually use a parking space.
All that space you get.
Yeah, it's
park.
excellent. I love it.
How about you, Andu? You do any weird stuff over in the
Definitely got weird.
in the district or anything?
No, I actually did what I do, which is get out of town.
Oh?
And find some space. So this year I decided to go up to Cape Canaveral.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You really found some space up there.
Yeah, exactly. Space buildings. Went for a ride and found myself in Cape Canaveral, which I recommend as a destination for anybody who hasn't been. There's a lot of space, open space. There's
he's really working that space punch.
There's 2 rivers there that I didn't know. One's called the Banana River. So, as exciting as that sounds,
especially poignant.
We told you we're saving that for later in the show.
But yeah, I mean, I just get out.
What's the other river up there?
The Indian River, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I just got out of town because that's what I do during Art Basel.
I was a kid. We went up there, and I remember seeing they still have the Saturn V rockets laying down sideways, and you walk next to them, and then you can walk up a scaffolding. You're taking the same steps that the astronauts took.
Yeah, I didn't do the whole touristy thing.
Oh, okay then.
I didn't take advantage of that, but yeah, I wish I had a good story.
Cool. No stories, no bails, no nothing. No road rash.
Right up, right down.
All right, well, let's go right into it. The stuff that happened in Miami.
It was bananas.
What's really happening in Miami? No, we're going to do that after. Let's knock out the other stuff, and then we'll talk about Basel.
Oof.
So
I've been so busy with Basel that I don't know whatever the hell else is going on in Miami. Outside of Alapata and Collins Park, I got nothing, man.
Okay, I got something good for you here. Some stats came out this week, and it turns out that nobody gets busted for driving in Miami compared to the rest of the state, in Miami-Dade County. And
is this the one that DUI, you'll get away with it?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that. You and I are looking at the same website. It says if you DUI in Miami, you're going to get away with it. And that's good news for a lot of people.
So let me tell you the penalization rate, okay? So this is how they are tallying these stats. The Florida average for a DUI is that 70.3% of people who get caught will get in trouble for it. In Miami, it's 32%.
Nice.
Okay?
Nice.
The highest rate is in Okaloosa County, which is 96%. Damn, don't get pulled over for drinking there, dude.
Where is Okaloosa?
I have no idea.
I didn't even know I know Florida's got a lot of counties, but that's a hard one to say and count.
So driving with a suspended or revoked license, the Florida average for getting in trouble for it, 38%. Miami-Dade, 5%.
Oh, dude, I've done it 100 times, man.
Yeah. Really? No. It's not. It's about the people who get caught and don't get in trouble.
No, I had my license suspended many times. I used to work
and get pulled over for it.
When I was very young, I worked for a hot rod company out of Broward, and we used to rebuild muscle cars. And I used to take them home every night, and I used to get pulled over all the time. And in one year, I had like 13 pullovers. Man, it was
damn.
It was bad. Yeah.
I get so unlucky with this stuff. The cops pull me over, and every time if I get pulled over, I'm getting in trouble no matter what. Cops
you look menacing.
never give me the benefit of the doubt. I don't think I look menacing so much as
Cocky.
no. I don't think it's cocky either. I think they're like,
You're pretty cocky.
this guy is not when I'm talking to a cop.
He ain't from around here.
I think they look at me like this guy is about to shoot up a school or something. Anyway, leaving the scene of an accident, Florida average 31% of people get in trouble for it. Miami-Dade 5%.
It happens all the time down here, man.
Speeding 42%. Miami-Dade 9%.
Hey, man, we're a fast, slow community.
Yeah. The only one where we're not. Oh no, there's only 2 that we're not at the top of, and I'm not sure of our stats, but red light violations.
Because they got the
we're not the
cameras.
lowest.
Because they got the cameras.
They got rid of the cameras.
Yes and no, because I got a ticket for one in the mail.
I think we had a conversation like this there.
Yeah,
last time.
City of Miami got rid of them, but not all of Dade County. There's
No,
other cities
man,
that have
I got
them.
one.
Yeah.
They got me on 8th Street, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have been outside of the city then.
I don't
Way
know.
west or something.
You were in Tamiami?
It was Hate Street. I was drinking some Haterade with the.
So they asked Miami-Dade County why these rates were this way, and they just said, I don't know.
They said, "Oye, brother."
You don't have a thing for us? It was like, I don't know. Because that's exactly what they said. The line is like, we're not sure why this is happening.
I love it, man. That's 305 right there.
But when you complain
Hey.
about the traffic crap
¿Qué te pasa?
in this town, just know that it's got to be because of that. The low enforcement means that nobody, gives a shit.
Do it, man. Do it.
Which is kind of also what's nice about this town. It's horrible that the traffic sucks and everybody sucks at driving, but at the same time, it's kind of great that you don't get in trouble for doing almost anything.
So
as long as you know the loopholes and where to push the boundaries.
Jersey, who I brought on this show,
Yeah.
he's a stickler for doing things right, especially in the.
How's he doing, by the way?
He had a stent put in his heart, actually.
Right after the show. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
It gave him
I think it was
the
this
show. Gave him
I think
a
it was this
fucking
show
car.
that did it. But Jersey in the traffic, he comes and he and I commute a lot, and he's always telling me, "Oh my God, I can't believe that a-hole on the moped just wove through traffic, and I wish that guy would die from stomach cancer." And I mean, like I'm telling you, he gets wound up when he sees bad driving, and he drives with me, which is worse for him because I drive like a Miami guy. I mean, sidewalk, grass, whatever I can do to get on time. I got a business to run here. And Jersey commutes with me. He's like covering his face, oh my God. And yeah, man. And he's always like, these people should be cited. If this was Jersey, I would stand on the sidewalk as a cop and I'd hand out tickets. And he's like, and nobody cares in this town. He's like, you guys get away with it in this town. And I look at him and I say, hey, bro, I'm supposed to be on a job site at 8:30 in the morning.
No way.
Hey, Jinx.
One of my topics of conversations tonight was going to be why Anna doesn't do the show anymore.
So back.
Speaking of breaking rules, breaking the law, driving, I got here in 16 minutes from Key Biscayne in pouring rain. Hello.
Yes. Is it
Hello.
pouring rain?
It was.
Oh.
All right. So
Nice.
Anna has returned to the show after
One of the
a
vets.
year, maybe.
She's got a little bit of a pink
Gonna-
suntan there. Am I crazy or
I was
what?
just in the beach.
Nice.
You look like you were on the.
She's gonna sit on the show. This is big.
She's a straight up Dominguera right now.
This is the last show. This
She's
is
got a cooler. She's got her
Yeah.
sandy
it-
flip flops.
Is there a mic on?
yeah. We can turn you on. This is the last. Actually, let's do a
Yeah,
little
you
cut here.
can.
It's Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. Nothing's going on in Miami. Episode 24. The next show would have been on Christmas Day, but we're not going to do that show.
Miami,
so this is the last one
305.
of the year.
305-361-8557 if you want to talk
So
to
Anna,
the very late and the very beautiful Anna. Thanks for coming
Hold on, you're
back to
not-
the show here.
You're definitely not on.
let's see. You're on now. I think you're on that pink one. Try that out.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh. Can you
turn-
Is it on?
Tim,
Yeah, turn it
Jersey, are you listening?
there.
Yeah,
Upside
yeah,
down?
right in there, bro.
You want to
forgot
talk
your
like
beer.
totally?
Well, this is this one.
Uh oh. That's not. You can't talk in the top. You got to talk on the side.
That's a
God, I'm gonna have to hold
There
it
you
like
go.
this the whole
Perfect.
time?
No, just turn the little thingy.
I forgot. I'm out of practice.
Okay, let go of it for a second. Okay, there
I'm
you go.
so upset, by the way, that you looked up Max because I was going to come in here, open the door, and go, it's Max Zorn.
Good.
Okay? Because I on the key, I turned on the radio to see if you guys had started and you were introducing the show. And I was like, fine, I'll make it. Because I was at the full moon at the beach. Chilling.
Hey, that's a good excuse for not being here for a year.
Yeah, I decided to go.
Were there clouds on the horizon? Are you
A little bit, but it was beautiful on the key.
We're supposed to get a lot
rain.
of rain. There's a
It's rainy.
front
It's rainy
coming.
outside now. Does
Yeah,
anyone
man.
want one of these? Maybe. No.
I'll
Maybe
take one.
maybe when I'm done with my.
I forgot to get one for Artie earlier.
Is that thing a cooler there?
It is. It has sand on it that I brought to
Nice.
the table.
Nice.
Sorry.
Awesome.
I had this vision that you were at the beach all day and you just you just curled up.
I had a long day, but then I went upstairs to my house to put on a beach outfit. It's hot. It's December and it's hot.
You don't have to tell
it's
me.
annoying.
Damn global warming.
It's not hot, but it's.
I put
It's
on
muggy.
shorts and a t-shirt.
Was
to
it
go-
nice on Art Basel weekend?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
nice.
It was cool. where I
Actually,
was,
we got sunburnt in the park a little bit, but that's because it was so easy. We were laying out. And
I'm sorry. You guys can go back to what you're talking about. I left the car when you guys started talking about Jersey, and I feel bad.
oh, Jersey,
know he
what
had
did we
the
say?
thing.
He got a stent put in his heart, and he
Yeah.
complains about traffic and me driving on the sidewalk.
Is he doing well?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
doing okay. Yeah, he was almost checking out, but he's gonna
Oh,
make
man.
it.
Jesus.
Okay, jeez. Okay.
No, for real, man. The guy was
I
bad.
can believe it.
He was bad. They found a piece of bacon in his artery next to his heart. Man. Doc had to put a side of eggs and take it out.
I sent a picture of the folks I was with because they were like, "Why are you leaving?"
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can tell them to check the Instagram. Actually, they won't see you because you're straight off the camera. Okay, well, now that Anna's here, it's perfect segue to go right into
the color of my microphone cover?
white.
Banana.
Oh.
Oh wait, are we doing this now?
Oh, let's just do it now. But I wasn't going to talk about the banana first. I was just going to say, how was the art week? Did you guys see anything that was, before we get into the banana, did you see anything that you liked? Did you go anywhere that you enjoyed?
So we in the park, we installed the art park on Collins Park, which is the official Art Basel sculpture park.
Oh,
And-
was it Agustino's fountains?
Yes, they're trying to keep them. I'm waiting on a phone call.
They look so cool. I didn't see them in person, but
You can actually go up and drink water out of them.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we installed them,
Awesome.
and they're actually pretty cool, man. And the public loves them. They got
Awesome.
people climbing all over them. For those of you who don't know, there's a local artist, Augustina Woodgate, and she's dealing with concepts of water and how hard it is to get it. So she did in very Miami style. Cut, hewn oolite and coral rock pavers and bricks, clad these like towers that you have to climb. And on one side they're rough coral rock, and on one side they're hewn nice, like that you see on the side of the Bass Museum. And that was her idea, that this is a very Miami aesthetic, and you've got to climb up, and they're like old school, high school water fountains at the top. And you go up, and it's hooked up to city water. And city of Miami Beach water is surprisingly very clean and healthy. And you climb up and you drink them. And the whole idea is about how hard it is to get water. And we got 4 of them. She made them at her studio locally. They're cool. They're out in the park. They look like they were meant to be there. And the public loves them. Kids are climbing all over them. People are doing selfies all over them. Moms and dads are sitting on them all day.
That sounds pretty interesting. I was at the beach the other day on 79th Street up there, and they have the first, I guess some entrepreneur came up with this idea, but they have this water dispenser that you have to pay. You have to be a member for.
What?
Yes, and it's... You have
Anyway, you fill up your bottle?
Yeah, you fill up your bottle, so you can pay whatever it is, 75 cents for a quart or 3 quart, I don't know. Basically 26 ounces, and and you pay for it.
Like
I didn't
City
really-
Bike,
I couldn't really believe
but
it.
water.
Right, exactly. And I couldn't believe that existed.
That's something municipalities should provide and not.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
Water
sell
should be
off.
free. It shouldn't
But
be a
imagine they
members
do
only.
provide it, and someone's like, well, maybe it's not good enough, or someone would rather pay.
It should be free.
It should be
I
free.
gotta say,
I know, but and like you can get a card that's like a membership
That's
unlimited.
like I get a card to get wine in my glass.
like a frequent
Not
drinker
water.
card. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't know how to feel about it.
I think you liked it.
Well, obviously it's a service that they provide a filtered water, which I don't care for. I drink out of the hose, but in order to make money, I don't know. From
I
a
drink
commercial,
from the sink.
I drank out of a hose growing up.
I still drink out of hoses.
I drink out of the sink. I feel like it's cleaner than my
It
fridge
is
water.
actually.
'cause
I
the fridge water is,
saw a whole thing on like we should ditch the plastic.
yeah.
There's a whole documentary out there, like the stuff coming out of our taps, especially down here in South Florida. The problem is in some of our municipalities, it tastes a little chlorinated. You know, it's like got some chlorine
Yeah.
taste, but it's still healthier than the stuff they got in the bottles. And they've done it, and there's like microplastic filaments floating
Yeah, I
around.
let go of the bottles a long time ago. Ever since I
Yeah.
got that Yeti.
Yeah. Okay, so wait. Tell me about the artists. Did you guys see anything interesting that you liked? I liked
Yeah.
the show that Magnus put on.
Path of the Panther.
Was that what it was
I
called?
think so. At Mackenzie.
At
That's
Mackenzie. Did you go to that?
I did not.
You
No.
should have gone.
I'm a big fan of
It was,
Magnus.
it
I
was
like
the
him a
Monday.
lot.
It was on Monday, like last.
It was cool
the
because
Monday before.
the space also.
Yeah, you guys
was
are my
like
art
a-
connection. If you don't tell me, I don't go.
We should have
Well,
told you.
Ian was there.
Ian
I'm
was there.
sure. Yeah, Magnus and Ian are very close.
Yeah.
And Magnus does a lot of good work. I mean, it doesn't.
And
no
Magnus
surprise.
organized the show, I think. So it wasn't
Yeah.
just his work. It was a lot of good.
I had the
Florida
fortunate event
work.
to be very close to him in his last studio, so I saw all those
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah.
But they're really cool.
So he had some of those. One with a controlled fire,
fire,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That one's so
That
cool.
was beautiful.
Yeah, and
then a lot of other artists that do like Florida kind of work,
yeah,
sculpture,
yeah.
photography, whatever.
I'm all about it.
You
You know, I'm
like-
psyched.
You would have liked this one.
Art balls are
yeah.
going
You
to
would have
town,
liked this one.
And well, I'm psyched if local artists are getting some vibe.
It's
you know?
it was all local artists. It was Jason
That's
Hedges,
cool, man.
Lauren Shapiro, Anna Samoilova, Magnus, and then some other ones I don't know. But Thomas Bills. Thomas Bills, our new
Magnus, he spends a lot of time in the Everglades, so it's all
Yeah.
very.
A lot of
Very
people
cool.
in that exhibition did. It was nice. It was really nice.
with the international attention at this week. It's nice to get some local folk and some local issues highlighted.
I pretty much only go to the local shows or the local galleries and the fairs. I mean, I've talked about this last year, I guess, on the show, but I don't care for the fairs. I think Anna went to one of the fairs.
I went to a few to go see people.
But you got to.
Why do you sound
can't,
annoyed?
listen? You can't.
I hate
You can't be
fairs.
The
such a.
fairs are too much.
You
Man,
can't be
it's
such a local snob and
But-
ignore the international.
But Artie, you
Yes,
go and it's like walls and lights and art, and it just looks like like I'm at the supermarket buying canned food. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm actually looking at work.
But that's
There's
art
so many
fairs,
people.
man.
Exactly,
Yeah,
they
that's the
suck.
thing.
Exactly, they
Yeah.
suck. Exactly. It's where it comes in handy. This Brazilian artist reached out to me through like my dad's friend, found my gave my number to her. She texted me once before and said, "I'm going to be there. I'd love for you to see my work." So I went. She invited me, gave me a pass, and then I went to see her work. I would have otherwise not seen her work. She's from Rio. I'm not there,
Right.
but I got to see her work in
Right.
person. That makes sense. It's an international thing. I'm getting to see work from artists from
That
other
wouldn't be
countries
here.
that wouldn't be here otherwise. Whatever.
It's a hyper
But
concentration.
in terms of like,
you know?
I'm gonna go for because I want to see work. No, like you need to go knowing what you're gonna go see if you're gonna meet with an
Yeah.
artist that's from somewhere else and it's specific. But like, I'm gonna
You don't go
be
browse.
entertained. I'm gonna go. No,
It's too much to browse.
I
It's
walked
overwhelming.
into Basel because I wanted to see the Hernan Bass pieces at Fred's. I walked in there and I was like, get me out. And I went to see Hernan's, but
That's how I feel every time
Dude.
I have to walk into Dateland.
yeah, man.
Exactly.
it feels like
exactly.
that. It's a total product, whatever.
Art Week is for
It's a-
partying, man. If you're in the art
It is
industry
good for
locally,
party.
you're here for it's for partying.
It is good
Yeah.
for partying. Did we
Lot-
party this year?
A lot of celebrities.
Oh man, we partied and we missed
don't
you
know
at
if
a
it-
good one. And
I
there
know,
was
I
a
had a girls' dinner.
oh man, so my old
Damn.
lady,
Damn.
one of her friends from back home in Chile, is an artist, and she's actually getting some serious renown down there. More commercial stuff, more like Pier 1 type stuff. And she's but she's really getting a really serious
Really?
popular following.
And she was
down
at
there.
the party?
And so it was recommended to her, hey, go to Miami for the art week and find somebody to represent you. and let's blow this thing up bigger. And so she came with her portfolio. She showed up at my father's party, and it was really great to see her. But she was like, "This is all too much.
It's too much. Like, how are you
It's
going to talk to
beyond
anybody?
me.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk. I'm
Nobody
dragging
can
my
talk at that
portfolio
moment.
around,
No.
and nobody's like
I was going to
interested.
say, that's not the
Not
right
the
time to
time.
come. There's no time to talk.
There should,
It sucks.
there could be a program like, hey, let's review you for the next year. You know,
So
So I missed the party.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I got invited to that party and I didn't make it either.
Ico, man.
It's fun. Every single year it's fun.
Rock-
This
told me
was,
to come,
one,
there was
this
your
was one of
dad's.
the best ones, man. It was.
Damn, don't say that.
Was it your dad's birthday?
My old man and my brother and a few other people that are friends of mine.
There's a live band.
Oh, wow.
There's
A live band in the backyard. And this year the cops didn't come. We played till almost midnight.
Nice.
Usually the cops shut us down at 11, and it was 11:45. They were still jamming. It was great.
Nice. Yeah, Rafa told me to go, but I didn't make it.
We haul out.
Next year. Next year.
I bought a ping pong table and put it out front for all
so
the
fun.
ping pongeros.
We got ping pongy last year. We got intense about it.
This year was more intense.
Oh, really? Damn.
It was good to leave.
So back to the art fairs.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so let me just talk about first some of the none of the work that I saw this year really hit me hard. Like none of the shows really, even the work. I mean, there was some good work, but none of the shows really stood out to me this year. Which I mean, it can happen. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody did I didn't see any horrible shows. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything that I would tell you like this was a really great show. You gotta
Last
go
year
check
we
it out.
did.
Last year we did. That's 2 great shows last year. Anyway, the art fairs and how you guys were talking about the art fairs. Now we got to bring up the banana.
Do we really?
I want to talk about the banana. I know it's being talked about everywhere, but I gotta say, I love the banana.
I knew that was coming.
And you know
knew that was
why I
coming,
love-
and like that nonchalant. I knew that was coming.
And you know why I love the banana? Because the banana is a fuck you to the art fair, a fuck you to the art market, a fuck
But
you.
it's also a riding the wave of the art market. It's Maurizio Cattelan. Like, come on.
So, but it's in line with what he does. It's perfectly contextual for what he does. Okay.
It just sucks that people go with it.
Oh, I don't care about the people. I'm talking about the piece itself. Fuck you to all the commercialism. Like, oh, we're going. We're going to an art fair. Let me show off this fucking banana piece of shit.
So,
I'll just put this
Did
on
you
the
read
wall
that
for
he
you
had done-
losers.
Did you read that he had done like a resin version, like
Yeah.
a bronze version, and like whatever, and then ended up going with an actual banana?
Yeah.
Well,
What I love about it too is that it's just like it's very of the times.
Yes.
With like memes and all that shit and shit that'll be forgotten in a
Yeah.
month.
yeah.
Perfect. Like
That's
the banana
true, you're right
dies in
about
a
that.
week and the whole
gets
fun
eaten.
with it. Nobody's gonna remember this stupid
This is
banana in a month.
This is a perfect,
It's perfect.
exemplar
It is, you're
of where we are.
Yeah.
And especially right now. Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan taped banana, the named comedian at Art Basel, sold for $120,000. There's a New York performance artist, David Datunia, went into the gallery, grabbed the banana, ate it as art lovers looked on in horror, and he titled his piece "Hungry Artist."
I love that. I love that. it
The
got
banana
eaten.
was replaced.
Oh wait, was that staged or was that?
No, this is all real.
The guy just
But,
went.
but the guy is a performance artist.
But the
one who ate it.
repercussions are like still reverberating. The Tampa police chief, Brian Dugan, made Sergeant Donut. He taped a chocolate sprinkled donut to the police headquarters wall and asked for $200,000 in bids. As of this reporting, they reached $11.
Nice.
But that's what I'm saying about the piece. It's a meme already. That's so like
I mean, it
of
is.
the
I know,
now.
I know.
It'll be forgotten in a month.
Did you know that
in a
the-
couple of years nobody's going to give a shit
How
about the
many
banana?
did they sold a few versions of it? How many editions are there of the banana?
3, I think.
3, and I think like 2 sold at least.
Yeah.
So
Do you
have
guys,
you-
do you guys want to explain to the listener who might not know how editions of the banana that rots in a week work?
Well, the collector doesn't buy the actual banana or the duct tape.
He buys
The
the
art
concept.
is a moment that happens in time, and you buy the rights to reproduce that.
Yes.
That's basically the best I can take it. Did you hear
That's
of the
perfect.
Platanito protest?
Wait, just so hold on before you tell us about that. Just so the listener understands. what happens since the banana is going to go bad, and because when you take the tape off the wall, it's going to unstick. They throw that in the garbage.
Yes.
Then the next time somebody wants to display the banana with the artist's name legally, they need to pay one of the people who bought it, or they need to ask, or just have a loan agreement. Exactly.
Get the piece on loan.
Yes. So you can put up your own banana in your house, and you can. You can do whatever you want in your house. But if you wanted to put it up somewhere that some people are going to see it and not get sued, and put the guy's name on it, you would have to get a loan agreement from.
So
these people.
This type of art was pioneered earlier in the last century. And an artist, Yves Klein, comes to mind. And he actually copyrighted Yves Klein Blue. Yves Klein was a French artist, and he formulated a blue pigment, and he copyrighted it as his, and it was only his, and that was Yves Klein Blue. But he did several other things. One of the things he did was he got a glass blower to take glass, and then he filled these little glass bulbs with what he called Parisian air. And he sold it as this was air from Paris in this year at this time. So you could own that, and you could display it at your home and impress your friends at cocktail parties and say, this is Yves Klein's Parisian air. And so what we're getting with here is, and what this Catalan is working in a vein is, this is not art like a painting that you're going to enjoy, because in the end, the art market is a commodity. We are selling things, and we are gaining value with them. And it can be, it's not just paintings, it's ideas. And so, Warhol and Kossuth pioneered this, that if it's the artist's idea, that's the artwork. It doesn't have to be a tangible thing that you can do.
Like Tino Segal. And performance. You buy the idea.
You buy the idea.
And you could get performers to perform it, but only if you...
But we're giving it too much legitimacy right now with the, you buy the idea, whatever. The piece is to say, like, this is bullshit. Like
that one in particular is. I don't think a lot of other ones are.
Is
that
to
one
say to everybody, the whole thing is bullshit. Just like that reaction that everybody had when they read those headlines, even if they don't know about art, and they're like, "This is bullshit. Modern contemporary art is bullshit." All that shit.
Well, it's almost like the woman who got stabbed and it was real, and people thought it was art. I mean, it's the same idea,
yes.
Except it was the opposite.
We're reading
right?
the same website because I researched that before coming here.
I did not read that. I'm thinking about it.
I'd like to tie this in, and I'm really worried, and I got to be honest. A banana,
yes,
taped to a wall, selling for $120,000. Have you ever heard of the Dutch tulip mania?
Yes.
Okay, so the Dutch tulip bulbs had a market bubble in the early to mid 1600s. There was speculation, drove the prices to extremes. At the height, rare bulbs, which were called broken bulbs for their pattern on the flowers with stripes, were 6 times the average person's annual salary. The tulips are from Turkey. They arrived in Western Europe in the 1500s. They're exotic, like spices and rugs. It was considered bad taste for men of fortune to be without a tulip collection. So it became a status item, and they were purchased for the very reason that it was expensive, like Chinese buying expensive watches right now. I don't know if you've heard this.
The Rolexes.
But no, the
Patek.
Auberge, Bouquet, and the other ones, these ones. There's stories of Chinese businessmen walking in with suitcases and saying, where are the expensive watches? And buying the most expensive things. So as a status item, it was purchased for the very reason that it was expensive. By 1636, tulips were on the Rotterdam Stock Exchange. By 1637, they had a market, and it failed, and no one showed up to buy. It completely was a bubble. This is where we're at, I believe. I don't want to speak these words into existence, especially when no one's paying attention on this show.
Well, are you saying that the art market's going to do that?
I think if we look back,
already
to
does
when,
that.
I think if we look back to when this thing really popped, the taped banana is going to be it, man.
Oh, it's gonna be a.
This is
Oh,
a
you
marker?
think it's a marker?
This is a
Man, but
bad
that-
omen,
hey,
man.
that-
This
that-
is a portent for mal.
But that will give the taped banana a lot of
Street cred.
a lot of.
Of course.
But it could
It'll
be
go
a
down to
mark- I
history.
mean-
That's the way. That's not the way I foresee the taped banana. But maybe you're right.
I think it could be actually. I
What
like your
what
analysis.
further sign of excess in this market?
I
in
mean, I
this
already feel
town?
like a lot of the shit is excess, but you're right that a taped banana is a big fuck you, and it's a big. Marker.
It's a
Yeah.
huge.
I agree.
It's a
I
fuck
agree.
you. It's sold for. Man, I never curse on this show. Thank you for getting me to do it. But anyway, it's a huge fu to the market, to the public, to the people who don't make $120,000 in a year.
Yeah.
And as Jersey told me on the drive the next day, he says, they sell them for 69 cents a pound at Publix. The markup on that is pretty damn good. And I thought to myself, what a huge display of excess, man.
Yeah.
This is where the gods frown on us. This is where
before the downfall.
This is where the fates exactly
It's
like
already,
the Dutch.
it's already felt very gross for many years. Like it's not anything
Yes.
new, but this might be a marker of
Yep.
that, like a final, finally.
You know what? What's
so absurd.
What's funny is that I think the commoditization of the art eats that sentiment and it takes it over it, no problem. It just eats it. It's like, oh,
Sure,
yeah, we
Duchamp-
are valuing this, and that's how it's going to go, and we're going to keep doing it. It's like as soon as the buyer is there, it's just like
You know,
They
Clearly,
ruin
someone
everything.
bought it.
with you saying that, I got to think.
it's like the best art is the art nobody wants.
Didn't Duchamp sell a used urinal?
In
1917?
No, he never sold it. But it's the same idea. The urinal was the same idea.
A used urinal
It's the same
exhibited with a
idea.
graffiti on it, and that was considered high art. I mean, the guy was ahead of his
Whoa.
time.
But he was ahead of his time.
Okay, wait.
With a lot of things.
Artie, you got it wrong. When Duchamp showed the urinal, nobody thought it was high art.
You know what the name
But
of
at
it
least
was?
he questioned if it was art.
No, that's
What it is.
the art
That's-
was itself,
the
but
art, yeah.
they destroyed it the next day, and then he made some reproductions in the 60s or 50s.
Do you know what the name of it was?
Yeah, Fountain.
Fountain. It ties me into what we're doing in the park. You know,
That's a stretch.
so wait, on
a stretch.
this, did you
That's a
hear?
stretch.
Did you hear of the Platanito protest?
No, wait. Tell us about
me.
Platanito protest.
Underpaid janitors protested in downtown Miami with bananas duct taped to their shirts.
Yay!
Quote, bananas are worth more than us.
Oh, wow.
End quote. Miami is last among national janitorial wages at $8.50 an hour among major cities. Most of them, over 60%, live at the poverty level. Yes.
You know what?
And they protested in downtown Miami and said they're selling bananas. I'm telling you, this portends mal for our economy, for everything. And did you guys ever hear of Nowsbury Farm?
Yeah, of
Raspberry.
course.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you go out there for the strawberry milkshakes,
the-
right?
Oh,
The
that
cinnamon
and
bun.
the cinnamon bun.
I've never gone, but Jonathan loves it.
Thomas Blocker of Nowsbury Farm taped a cinnamon roll to the wall.
Dude, you know how many things
this
have
has
been taped to the wall the last
far-reaching
couple
effects, folks.
Implications. So I like what you just said about the janitors
Me too.
because if anything was a kind of the banana is a symbol for the excess, but for the working class to protest the excess of the ruling class. But at the same time, I just don't see it happening because in America anyway, it just seems like the people who own everything and the people who buy bananas, they commoditize it, they take it, and everybody's fine with it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know what they would have to buy. Maybe it wouldn't have to be in the art market for people to really get upset. So people now they don't see it. No reactions that I've read about are people saying,
100 years ago,
this is a perversion of society, you know.
But
it
100
hasn't
years
gotten
ago-
that
They
yet.
are. What
Yes,
do you mean?
100
I
years
mean,
ago was a
art critics.
urinal.
Not really, just art critics,
Not like the general
people,
public?
not the general public.
No, the general public is loving it and being bananas to the wall and laughing about it.
Yeah.
Yes, the general public
not really
is not
thinking about
concerned
it.
with Art Basel.
They're not concerned with
the
the commodity.
They're not listening-
Commodization.
commoditization.
Commoditization of
Say
art.
that 3 times fast.
Or of
commoditization.
not even just commoditization, but of art, but of a reflect. They don't see it as a reflection of where we're at as a society. Because art maybe doesn't have that strength anymore.
This is one thing I love about the art world, and I'm disgusted by so many aspects of it, which you and I have actually experienced in years past. It's a market unto itself. It has no known boundaries. It is not subject to the normal laws of markets. It operates outside of a realm of reality, and it continues. Like we were talking about earlier, it outperformed the S&P 500.
Only the top guys. If I bought somebody local, it's not going to outperform.
No, let me
anybody.
tell you, man, it is a trading card among the rich.
It's a cultural capital, social capital, economic
the
capital.
values are easily.
It's a rich guy's game. Like unless I
money's worth something else. It's not worth the same as it is for you and me.
If I bought an artist, it doesn't guarantee that artist will go up. If somebody who's rich and is already kind of has a collection of some sort, then it starts guaranteing that.
Like some guys I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
And it starts making moves because they say, well, I bought
They're
this artist who
I know some guys.
Well, tastemakers.
I know. I
but
also put it
yes.
in quotes.
quotes. Yeah.
Some guys in this town and women buy things, and because it goes into their collection, it immediately gains provenance.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes. So they can actually self-prime their own market. And I've seen it. I've seen it.
Who bought the banana? Are they like known collectors or someone random?
I heard somebody outside say it was some French
I don't know.
collectors, but I don't know who it was.
So anytime someone, like these scenarios pop up where someone spends too much money on something in the art world, the first thing that comes up is money laundering.
Yeah,
lot
I mean,
of the time.
it's a way to park
because
money.
that is exactly what's going on.
Well, everyone says
Yes.
that, but no one really knows.
No. Who is paying $100,000 for a banana?
That's what I want to know.
What it is the UBS, is the United Bank of
Who sponsors the
Switzerland.
event? Doesn't it? They have a VIP.
After 9/11, you can no longer
I see it
legally
now.
have offshore accounts. So what these guys came up with, and I read about this a long time ago, it's a huge scam. Basel itself is a huge scam.
the free trade areas and all that stuff.
So they come to town so you can invest. Instead of investing in
real
an account, you buy an artwork, and
It
on
stays.
site is your banker from Switzerland, who you are a wealthy person. You meet with him. Hey, I need to move some money around that I made. Oh, quickly, buy some art. And I'll tell you the galleries to do it from. And then in a few years, you're going to trade it. You're going to move it around with some other art collectors. And basically, you're moving your money around. And it's all like under the radar. It's in big amounts. It's these stupid, overrated values. And we're going to move this money around for you. And that's what it is. And once a year, since you're not allowed to fly to Switzerland to pull your money out, what you're going to do is we're going to ship the bankers to you, and they have booths at the fair.
It's true.
UBS
They
has
have a
booths
VIP,
at the
a
fair.
very nice VIP lounge. Yeah.
Yes. So I go sit with my banker and I have a talk. Hey, listen, I need to move this and this. Okay, great. You bought this piece. We're going to trade it to this guy. He's going to give you this, and you're going to move it to this piece here.
That's the explanation I've been looking for.
And how much better for that is a conceptual piece that
Disappear.
That you don't even need a store.
You don't even have to store it or
you don't even
anything.
need storage.
So maybe Maurizio Cattelan is calling them all out on it, and this is the one that's going to show just how
That shit's not
ridiculous
gonna
this all
stop.
is. I don't know, because you would,
Also, didn't he say he was going to stop making art like 5 years ago?
he's going to stop taping bananas
he
to the
did.
walls.
He didn't really make. I mean, he made something, but
He didn't
He
even tape the
retired.
thing to the wall. They hired art handlers, which God bless them. those guys
God
made
bless
overtime.
the art
Artie has the
handler.
video of the handlers, his buddy putting it up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I'm not going to say their name over the air.
Intercom.
But some people we know, they did the install.
All right, well, let's move on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
You guys,
hold on. Wait.
Wait. We got more.
I mean, that was the first half of the evening. What about the second half of the evening? So I thought eating the banana was part of the whole thing.
No.
that was separate.
Oh, wait, the next
That was
guy.
a separate statement.
That guy came in late.
Wait, what guy? What guy?
Wait. But hold on. So the guy who ate the banana wasn't part of the show?
No.
He was a
But- so wait,
performance artist.
that's
New
like
York performance artist
hold
David
on.
Tuna.
Hold on. If I would have gone to the Louvre and eat the Mona Lisa, I get in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I go into Art Basel and eat any other painting, I get in trouble. So why did he get in trouble?
Well, it's hard to argue that you caused any damage when the piece
It's ephemeral.
is not
Well,
it's not it's not about the banana.
Does anybody
Perishable
remember the opening of the PAM, where a
Yes.
local artist, I forget his
Smashed
name, and
the
no
Ai
one
Weiwei
smashed
vase.
an Ai Weiwei, who Ai Weiwei himself had done a piece about smashing a
this artist-
Ming Dynasty vase. He picked it up and he did a photo
And this
series.
guy broke it too.
And he smashed it, and then
Yeah, he
Ai Weiwei had a whole
protested,
bunch of them. It
Retro-
wasn't really a
Wait,
protest.
wait.
But these things are actual objects that you can't replace. The banana is
It's
meant to be
replaceable
replaced,
because it's
so
a
it
conceptual
doesn't
piece.
matter.
But wait, what
Wait.
happened with the second? Who is the second guy? I
Okay,
don't know
the
about
second
this.
guy, he came too late to the party. It was like Sunday night, like the end. There
And
was
they
no
took
more
it,
press.
in quotes, took it down because it was causing too much commotion. So they didn't replace the banana again after it got eaten, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
I
there
think
was
they did.
security at this. There was security at the booth, and there was like all this commotion. There was a line to take pictures of the fucking banana.
Dude,
and
a
so
guy-
it came down at some point. I don't know if it was after it was eaten, but they decided and apologized. The gallery had a little statement saying, "We're sorry. We're no longer exhibiting the banana. It's caused too much."
People are eating it.
Okay, so somebody went up maybe to the space where the banana was or something.
Yeah.
I think it was the space where the banana
Yeah,
was.
it was it.
And in was it red lipstick?
Correct.
In red lipstick,
Is there a
he
banana?
writes, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh yes, I read about this.
Furthering the idea of the memes, like it was memed
We're
right
in a
from the
meme
start.
world,
It's very,
man.
it's very contextual, very of the
It's
times.
good,
that
yes,
piece.
Yes, yes.
Like the drink we made.
Listen. How great is this piece? You've got half the world, super Miami, talking about
But
it.
what sucks about it
But
is
it
that
made
it has
Breitbart,
no-
it made Fox News, it's
Yeah,
made
everybody's
everything.
talking about it.
everybody's talking about it, but it has very little depth. The piece. That's the only problem with it.
What?
But
Doesn't it? You just
It-
said that.
yeah, it's a big fuck you, but it's not.
It caused
No,
it caused
I
a
think
stir.
it's.
What's more
Maybe
deep
it
than
does.
that?
Maybe it does.
I think if we were walking out on a frozen lake of art and we felt a big crack under our foot, that's this banana.
So wait, stop. Let's compare the. Man, I don't want to keep talking about this, but I'll keep going.
Is
Okay,
We must.
So
is the banana the Campbell
so-
soup can? Like
no,
is,
it's Deschamps fountain.
Yes. Yes.
it's the fountain.
It's all
I mean,
of them.
is it? But is it that
Yes.
big?
Yes.
No, I don't. That's
Yes.
what
Or
I'm
is
saying.
It, or do you
Is
feel
it?
Yes.
like it's that big because
Because we're looking
happening
back
right now?
on history. We don't accept that we're living history.
Here is the reason I.
and here
Let's
they
talk about
sold
it
a
in 10
banana for
years.
Here's the reason.
Why is it not the Campbell soup?
The only reason I'll
Okay.
say it's not the fountain or the Campbell's soup can is because
It was perishable.
we all felt that the art fairs were bullshit and
We already felt that
We already
before.
felt that it was a common feeling, like, and he just put it to the wall. Whereas I feel like the fountain and the Campbell's soup can were more like
Forward thinking,
like
in terms of like.
less people had thought of it at the time. You know, it wasn't so like common to be. You
Okay.
read anything about art fairs on the internet, and people are shitting on them and shitting on the fact that there's so much
But they
money
didn't
moving
put it
into
into
other
a
stuff.
piece.
They never put it into a piece.
How do you manage to put it into a piece? And this guy championed that.
Yes, that yeah.
So
Okay, now can we move on? Now can we move on? I think we
when
tackled.
Artie's silent,
I think we
you know he's up to no good.
I think we tackled the banana. All right.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so it's Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. We're on Jolt Radio, joltradio.org, and nothingsgoingon.com for replays of this show. Episode
Call
24.
in at 305-361-8557. Publixman, if you're out there.
Nothing's going on in Miami, but there are a couple things going on. And I got one more. Do you guys, I don't even want to talk about this because it's so depressing. Do you guys want to talk about the UPS truck?
Oh, wait, before that, yes, I want to get into it. But we used to, in this show, touch on things that we had talked about in previous shows. And one of the previous shows that I was on, we discussed how in Miami Beach you can't smoke weed in the park anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Out in the
I
open.
got all mad at you about it because you want to arrest people.
I want to tell you
weed.
that it's not true because I just spent 10 days working in the park.
And everybody's smoking pot.
Everybody's smoking weed.
Everybody's smoking weed all over Miami.
And I mean strong weed, too.
That's the statistic that's going to be there. That
Man, we were
all
up in a
around the
man
county.
lift. We were like 30 feet in the air assembling. Did you guys see that tree that we built? There's like
I haven't been down there
that's
yet.
like
Is it all gone already?
Yeah, we just pulled it out and we finished packing it out today.
Screwed up.
The only
Screwed
thing
up, Artie.
the only thing that's left is Augustina Woodgate's fountains, which
Well,
are
we'll
these.
go see that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go-
you can
water.
climb up on them and you can drink
We'll drink
water
some
out of them.
water.
It's totally cool.
I want to see
And
these.
fill my bottle up for
But
75
every
cents.
day we were working, we were constantly smelling weed, and there's this one dude, and I had to think to myself, this guy's here every day, and he's smoking weed. But when I say he's smoking weed,
Smoking
it's,
blunts.
it's every 15, 20 minutes. We would be getting this heavy smell of weed, and the guy
Everyone
like
smokes weed
hangs
in the
out
city.
in the park all day. I mean, like morning till night.
Well, the law's only there to be able to stop people who they want to stop. You know, it's kind of like open container laws.
I'm thinking, who is this guy? What job does he have that he's got this great killer weed and he's smoking it every 20 minutes all day long?
What's the
sounds
name? What's the name of the
weed.
artist with the fountains?
Augustina Woodgate.
I was like Marcel Duchamp.
Woodgate. What who you should check out is Pablo Reynoso. He's a half Argentine. All the artists were Argentine in the park, don't you know?
And the beach, too, isn't...
Yeah, there was a whole thing. It was Art Basel
right.
Cities.
Oh,
where
that's
they-
why.
Yeah,
It's Buenos
they're-
Aires. That's right.
It's all
Hence the
Buenos
flags.
Aires.
Yeah.
And we did the we did the tree, which is like this half metal. It's a trunk of a tree with a metal base and metal branches. It looks like a Frankenstein thing.
All right, I'm
What
done.
was your question?
I didn't have a question.
Oh, whatever.
I wanted to move on to. I wanted to see if you guys wanted to talk about the UPS guy.
Oh, that's
but-
right. That was
the
question.
UPS.
I didn't even get the full story yet. I mean, I saw the
Okay,
headlines.
I'll recap the UPS
Yes,
guy.
please.
Last Thursday, two guys, I think they were ex-felons, cousins, go into Coral Gables and they rob a jewelry store. They shoot a gun in the store. They take off. They don't have a getaway vehicle, so they take a UPS truck and the guy hostage
They brought a woman too.
into the truck.
I believe so. They would. I had heard there was a woman hostage too. I don't know. I could be wrong.
At the end, there wasn't. So at the end, they go and there's a chase, and they're chasing them from far away because they don't want to, cause a disturbance. They have the chopper on them anyway, so they're following them up north, and they get up to Miramar, and the UPS truck gets stuck in at a red light, and the guys in the truck. The cops try to get in on him. The guys in the truck fire at one of the cops, and there's like, I don't know how many cops. There's like at least 10
lit up
cop
the
cars.
entire truck.
They lit up the entire truck. They shot the hostage, the two guys, and a bystander in another car because they were just shooting guns everywhere. And so now, there's a huge backlash on the fact that these guys, that the cops
We're shooting.
were shooting
recklessly.
basically.
Did any of you guys ever see that ancient Quentin Tarantino movie, Killing Zoe?
No, was that
No.
that wasn't Tarantino,
That
was it?
doesn't-
Tarantino. It's
Yeah.
early Tarantino, and it's the best one. None of this other crap. But Killing Zoe is about a French bank robbery on Bastille Day. And in the end, can I do a spoiler? In the end,
Spoiler alert.
in the end, the
Spoiler
bank
alert.
robbers take a bunch of hostages, and the French riot police in full riot gear show up with machine guns. And there's like 20 of them, and they're like, "Hey, F you," and they're holding the guns against the tellers' heads. The French cops open fire on everybody, and they lay out
So this is what happened.
everybody.
This is
And they
exactly what
basically were
happened.
like, we're not letting this go any further. We're just going to neutralize everything, and we'll take the heat afterwards. And I think that this
Doesn't
is...
this show the absurdity of what happened if a Quentin
is-
Tarantino
this is-
film?
I feel like the cops lived out that dream. Like,
Yeah.
and this is what
basically.
happened.
So
I was
there's
at a kid's soccer game, one of my boys, and I overheard some of the moms talking. They're like, Oh, and they should have known that jewelry store had been robbed already 3 times.
Really?
And I thought to myself, like, huh, what are they talking about? And I got closer, and they were talking about the robbery because it had happened like that day.
So wait. After these, so I guess some of the things I heard after the thing is that the cops were taking cover behind civilians' cars. So basically,
absurd.
there's people. You're in your car.
So you're in your car, and there's a cop behind you.
and the cop is behind you shooting.
And they're shooting at you.
And
with the cop
another thing
behind
I
you.
heard, and this one's real, don't take this for thing, is that they were getting close to the next jurisdiction,
County line.
yeah, and they didn't want to let the guy get away into the next county, so
That's when they start.
they start shooting right, like they were like, well, they're not gonna take our glory, we're gonna get the guy.
No, I don't see it as that. Listen, if I was a cop being under fire and I'm on the county line, I'd be like, hey, keep going, dude. Keep going to Broward, man.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. I gotta be honest. That's a hard call for
I
a
don't
cop,
know,
for
but
a cop.
they
Listen, how often are they bank robbing or jewelry store robbing
Yeah.
and firing guns, and you're in the line of fire?
I think
it'd be easier to say, hey, go to Broward. Let Broward take care of you.
I don't know, but I saw UPS guy today, and I looked him in the eye, and I felt a little bad.
Well, we were next to it.
I know that's dramatic, but I was like, oh.
We were
that's
next
scary.
to a UPS truck a couple days ago, and there was a photocopied photo, like a face photo, a selfie of some UPS driver taped to their truck on the front and the back.
With a banana.
And I was like, what is that? And then he's like, no, that's the guy who got shot. One of the guys in the truck was like, that's the guy who got killed.
Well,
So all of them were doing like the black armband. They're
I'm
pasting
telling you,
on the
Yeah.
it's dramatic, but like they're all thinking about it every day.
Yeah.
the UPS
So-
driver's name was Frank Ordonez, just so. throw it out
Ordonez.
there. Ordonez. Ordonez. For those
So-
Latin
Ordonez.
speakers.
um
They didn't put the Enye.
No, we should give a little respect.
Or
The
he
guy,
is.
showed up in the morning.
Well, he seems like
The guy
a
went to
legitimate.
work.
UBS driver, and he never
yeah,
came home.
So
He seems like a legitimate dude.
Anyway.
His car's
Oh.
still there at the parking lot.
When I called a friend, his car was still in the parking lot.
The UPS.
damn,
Damn.
UPS driver.
John says the guy's car's still at the
That was
UPS
actually my route when I worked for UPS.
parking lot.
So,
Oh,
But
and
don't-
John
wait,
worked
listen,
for
as a
UPS.
former UPS driver, doesn't it feel a little bit like shit? Yeah, come in, come in.
Here, come this way.
Yeah, come.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
No.
What color is that? Green. Here, I got you.
Oh, we were taping the show. I didn't realize it. Okay.
You're good on green over there.
Where's green? Oh,
Yeah.
this thing.
The video's pointing at the sky, but it doesn't matter.
So do you guys think that
nobody's watching?
Do you think the
so.
cops are just glorifying the scene that they've always thought they'd be in, and they just wanted to, like, in that
I don't
hot
know
fuzz?
what they were thinking.
Wait, I
but
want to. Excuse me. I want to hear from the former UPS driver. Thank
Oh
you.
no! What
letting
like
set
freaked
up.
me out was like so I know all these cats from UPS. I worked the route for like 3 years, and I mean you become familiar with it, and eventually when I heard, I was like, oh, the location's like right around Coral Gables City Hall. I was like, what the hell? So I text a friend of mine that's a manager there, and I go, hey, Eric, man, like, what's up? Like, do you know this kid? And I go, and he goes, I mean, he was coming in when we were leaving. Granted, I was at UPS like a while ago, but still, it was the route, and I'm like, crazy.
No way.
Crazy. Yeah. Now, I don't even want to get too, because you opened up a can of worms and you said the UPS thing, and I said I'm definitely gonna chime in.
Yes.
But to me, what was crazy is, and I want to make it a point, and I want to say this like live. I think all these police officers in Miami are a bunch of like fucking, in my opinion, and I'm going to say it, you can quote me, they are trigger happy meatheads that is your typical dude that you met in high school just because he was a big fucking buff or whatever, and you eventually knew that he was either going to work for somebody or be a police officer.
But what are you going
We're
to do when
there.
they steal a UPS truck?
Hold on a second.
I'll
Let's
tell
talk.
you.
Let's put this together and let's get into it.
Yeah.
UPS had that truck on GPS, so no matter where they took the goddamn truck, they'd
cops
find it.
They didn't need to
There
go
were
on that.
2 helicopters
But they had a
on
guy in it.
patrol. I know they had the guy in it, which made it even more sensitive.
That you should
Right?
not open
that I would
fire.
say, like, do not
good
like.
point.
You know,
Fire.
I said this. If I was a chief of police or whatever, I would have said whoever fires at that truck is not getting to see their pension because it shows how unprofessional you are. And it's like, okay, so look at this, and even for the listeners, it's like when you get stopped by a routine stop by a police officer, right? It's already freaky enough. You know, the lights, it's a spectacle.
There's like
you know,
2
it's like
cops on you,
you're already
let alone-
like, yo. And then on top of that, they have the right to draw their gun. You know, let's say if my vehicle was tinted, then I'd probably, that there is some kind of suspicion. If my vehicle has no tints on it and you're drawing your gun out of what? Like intimidation tactic? Just because you have the law on your side?
Are you talking about the UPS truck at this point?
No, I'm saying
No, in
like
general.
out of a what I'm getting to is like there were 13 cops that fired their fucking firearms that were just, in my opinion, hungry to
shoot.
fire
Yeah, to
their
shoot.
fucking
They saw
firearms.
it as
think
an
so, too.
opportunity.
Because
They saw it as an opportunity.
Here's what I
yeah.
say.
I gotta
when do you
disagree.
see? Okay. Let's tell me your point.
You got a high adrenaline situation going on.
Right.
It's not a regular traffic stop. These guys actually did a robbery
Right.
of a jewelry store. They're armed and they're ballsy enough to take a hostage, and not just any hostage. They jumped into the first thing, a UPS truck, and they took them. This thing has the potential to get out of hand quick. You got to neutralize the situation.
Wait, Artie.
See, that's where.
But wait, by the
wait,
hand
wait,
of the
wait.
cop
Wait a
is
minute.
what is why the guy died. Like, so
I
how are you-
honestly think.
Listen,
here's
listen,
my opinion.
I agree.
Here's my
It
opinion.
One at a time.
Police officers are trained for these situations. And my point is this. That's exactly what you don't want to do. And show how unprofessional you are. Like, to open fire at, like, dude, there's a hostage in there, first of all. Like, that is
Yeah.
No, good
like,
point.
and
Good point.
Not only that, but you're on Flamingo or what the big avenue it was. Like, that calls for professionalism. If you're on the turnpike, granted they were firing at him, but
So-
that gives you. It's almost like you being, let's say, on bully patrol, right? If you were in high school and somebody punches you all the time, bullies you all the time, but then eventually you figure out how to work your way around the bullying, you're gonna know how to work that shit out. Not to, the first thing is gonna be like the movies pointed. Punch the bully, man. You know, punch him back. It's like, no, you're gonna kill him with fucking words or
Hold on.
I have a question.
Not
I have a
with
question.
kindness.
You know, in all the movies, I don't know how real this is, but in all the movies you see, there's a negotiator, right? When
Yeah.
there's someone being held hostage
Yeah.
and whatever. Is that not real? That's not even a thing?
But they didn't even have that opportunity.
No.
because
that
they
is-
started opening fire on
that
the
is real.
cop?
150 bullet holes in that UPS truck. And let me
Yeah,
tell you,
that's- yeah.
I worked for UPS for like 4 years, and those UPS trucks are like, it's just
A sheet of
tin.
aluminum. Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
like,
Totally.
dude, a bullet is gonna go there and all the way to your grandma's house in South Miami, and she's in fucking Hollywood.
The robbers were armed, right?
Yes. So
They
wait,
were
wait,
armed.
here's-
They were
here's
armed,
what-
and they were firing. Okay, so they would, like, the police
So
cars. You
you've
could
got-
see on
you've
the
got a-
video, like, they would get close to the truck, and the guy would shoot at them. So they would
you've got-
obviously like pull back.
You've got a hijacked vehicle with 2 armed guys in it who are firing in public. You have to neutralize that situation.
So wait. Here's what I would say.
But the neutralized term to me is like
Wait,
what they
wait.
were all thinking. That's what they were all thinking. Neutralize, and it
wannabe
means
radio
get rid
jocks.
of the. No,
Hold
I know.
on.
We're not
But get
trained
rid
cops.
of the
Neither are
hostage
they,
and
apparently.
get rid of the radio of the. No, I know what you're saying, but there has no because honestly, I don't even think it is about being.
How
like,
much would we be
like
bitching
shot.
about them right
Wait.
now? Like, oh, those cops didn't stop.
Wait,
those
wait,
armed
stop,
guys.
stop.
They went into a school
Public,
zone.
if the-
Stop. I
No, I would. Sorry.
What?
Yeah,
Rob,
go for
what's
it.
your?
let me give you a little something. So
Guide us.
Looking at Artie here.
the guy that they so if you look at the video and if you look at the video of the guy the bystander who was killed, okay,
The old guy, 70 years old.
Yeah. So he is.
Poor guy made it
So
70
okay.
and then this.
Imagine you're looking at the road.
You guys didn't see the cop
Going north,
pushing
right?
the other guy,
Going north,
like the older guy?
It's like a 4 or 5 lane road, and they're at an intersection, right? And so the UPS truck is going north, and it's almost at the second leftmost lane, right? The guy who got killed is coming in from the east intersection. So if the UPS truck is here, the guy that got killed is over here. Okay? Now, think about this. Think about how the cops were shooting their bullets, shooting their guns. That bullets went all the way to this guy at this intersection, all the way up here. It seems like a little more training or a little more something should have gone down. So it's not that the cops didn't have to neutralize so much.
the term neutralize
it's like
is just terrible.
Yeah.
It's not that the cops
Neutralize
didn't-
sounds Nazi,
didn't have-
almost.
It sounds like a
It sounds
duct
like,
tape
should we
banana.
go and
But
sit
it's-
down and
it-
see how we can kill this person?
It's that you can't
Guys,
So this guy, look, imagine. So these guys are 2 guys, and they have some guns. They shoot out at the thing at the cops. Cops could take cover. You know, they could take cover and just kind of wait till they have an opportunity. Instead, they kind of surrounded the whole thing and did a barrage of bullets, and they killed somebody.
Listen, it's a sucky. Wait, hold on 1 second. I forgot the point where you said
And they killed somebody that was not in the line of the UPS truck. That's kind of like
I forgot the part where you said that the cops started this whole situation.
that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, it doesn't.
It is 2 assholes decided with guns to go break in and steal,
But we
and
need-
shoot up people and go loose and hijack a truck in the public sphere
I agree
with
with that.
loaded guns and say we're not going to abide by any laws. And everybody wants to say, "Oh, you cops suck."
No.
Yeah,
Here's the deal. Here's
Get
the
the
deal.
fuck out of
Wait,
here.
Wait.
Get the fuck out of here.
But it started because here's my opinion.
I listened for
These
10
felons,
minutes for
these
this guy.
felons, No, these felons went in, and in my opinion,
I want
had
my
just
cops
they
to
had just
stop
gotten,
this
No,
situation.
they had just gotten out of jail. I don't know how many years ago or whatever. They're older, and they just said, if this robbery, in my opinion, if this robbery goes sour, we're not going back to jail. They just went DMX style. They said, we're not going back to jail. So either we succeed in this robbery, which they clearly weren't, or we're gonna die. And they did. You know, so
they die?
what kind
They
of
course.
kind of like, you know,
The cops
there
killed them.
there's like you were saying, there was some like so much shit going on.
These cops
but then
have their
again-
career to
Yeah,
deal
but-
with this.
But you are a police officer, and to be honest with you,
gotta be-
it's not like we're in the 1930s that we're like, yo, arrest him and let's take his mug, and then after let's talk to Al Capone. Like, it's not that.
Dude, these
it's like
guys
you have like
these guys were
surveillance, you have
shooting in public.
intelligence, you have intelligence to deal with it.
Dude, these guys were shooting in public and they hijacked a truck.
They were shooting at the cops.
But they were shooting at the
Yeah,
cops.
so
That's
what?
the thing.
They're
They-
loose in public
the-
in a hijacked
the cops
vehicle.
didn't-
shooting
the
at
cops
Does that
didn't
mean
need
that
to
you're
be-
going to
the
be
cop-
the guy at the bar that's like, yo, you're shooting at me, I'm going to shoot at you? No, you're a
You guys are going to
But
critique the
wait.
cops of how they shot back.
I kind of am
But
because
Artie, there's 2 things. There's the GPS on the truck, and there's the helicopter.
and Artie, they didn't.
And we're gonna go.
The guy-
and
the guys didn't shoot
the
any
guy-
civilians.
And
They
you're
shot-
on a truck that's
the
not
guy-
like a Lamborghini that you're going to make it to New York in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's really admirable of them that they didn't shoot at civilians. They hijacked a UPS guy, bro.
But,
I'm saying
but
it's-
that's,
but
I mean,
2 people died that
but
weren't the
doesn't
hijackers. They
Doesn't
were by
that
the
call for
cops'
like
hands.
SWAT and like kind of somewhat of like,
tactical response.
Let's do it. If I was
Like
I wouldn't be like, yo, just kill him, because that's the easy way to go. That's almost like saying, you know what, kill him all.
Listen,
like it's to me it would be
the
more
situation
fun to be
falls
like,
in your
we're
lap.
on.
The situation falls in your lap, and you're the unit closest to it.
I would tell him,
what are you
whoever,
going to do?
Dude, I would not want to be the most
call the
conservative guy, but I would
SWAT.
say whoever fires at that truck is not getting a pension. And I said that. It's like, don't be an idiot.
Call Rafa.
Because you're going to.
find out the way we should do this.
No,
here.
no.
You know, you
No.
should
Get
do.
outta here.
Hey,
Should be
one
eight-
guy should shoot and better
not-
be
yeah.
accurate. You know
Let
what
me
I
tell
mean? Not 13 guys shooting and shoot a
Yeah,
civilian,
it just
dude.
Shows,
No way,
it just,
man.
to me,
No
it
way.
just shows unprofessionalism.
No way.
That the
big time.
That the hostage died.
Unprofessionalism.
The hostage died.
That happened.
They're shooting from right next to the hostage, and they got to respond.
damn it,
Bad situation.
They took a hostage
That a
and it
civilian
died,
dies?
and it's the cops' fault.
But
That's
the
what you guys
civilian
are
dies.
saying.
That a civilian dies
civilian not
far
in the
away from the
truck, yeah.
far away from the truck.
That's
That is the
absurd.
cop's
That's
fault,
absurd.
man. That's the
That's
cop's
absurd.
fault. They shot like recklessly.
Bro, if
At what
God,
point-
God forbid, there's a hostage
How many-
situation at your house.
How many
I
civilians?
hope they don't send the same
Hey,
cops.
how many
bro.
civilians could have died in traffic for you to be like it was good police work or bad police? How many would have? How many people could they have shot?
Listen, bro.
There's a guy filming in his
too many.
car, and you see a bullet go like phew, right over his head, like another guy.
Oh wow, that's the case ender right there, bro.
I'm just saying that
Dude,
guy
you
could
had
have died
two
too.
hijacking guys who cared nothing about the law. They were armed. They were in public. They took a hostage.
Right, but why didn't they shoot them instead of the other guy? That's what I'm saying.
Listen, the police. It's not an easy situation. You're not going to make a right decision. You got to stop it before these guys go further
Well,
out.
here's
in the public.
a
They
right
could have
decision.
just kept on
You are-
driving and deal with it in a less populated situation.
No, the worry there is that the guys will kill somebody else.
They were going
You
to
know?
kill the one hostage instead of the hostage and the fucking bystander.
Dude,
They
these
weren't gonna
guys
kill him
really
either.
suck because they're ruining their show even after they're dead.
This is getting heated. The one thing I was going to say is that there's something called trigger discipline, and if you think of every scenario that could have played out, there is a better one that did play out, and that would have required practicing trigger discipline, which is don't shoot like a madman. Don't it's not the Wild
Agreed.
Which
West.
is what
Agreed.
happened. It's a Wild
Agreed.
West situation.
That's what people are mad about, though. That's what people are mad
Okay.
about.
Because
Yeah.
they didn't like it's not like it was like a
I get it.
We either kill everybody now or kill the people that died now.
Guys, the cops didn't start it with the hijacking of the.
Oh my god! But that's not the point.
Okay.
They're
It's
cops.
how to
Yeah.
deal with the hijacking.
Yeah.
The hijacking is going to happen regardless. There are shitty people, right?
And we
How do
on
we
this
deal with
show,
it?
we've got the answer.
I mean, to you, well, Artie, man, like you're saying, like it would have been justified to drop a bomb on the whole scene and just kill everybody there.
no, that's Jersey.
Kill
Why-
Jersey
I mean, why-
was a-
Kill
Why wouldn't-
everybody at the intersection.
You would have to explain to me why that would not have been a thing, like because the guns have less of a probability, I guess. But who cares? They could have ended it like right there, like boom, boom, conclusive.
So,
Dude,
how would
are
we
you
be?
a fan of Bolsonaro?
Bolsonaro?
Okay, we've gone off
bombed
the
the
rails.
whole
That's
favela.
it. Stop.
Oh Jesus!
That's it. It's over.
Hard.
All right, 305-361-8557. Get in. Let us know how you feel about Bolsonaro.
Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. This is Nothing's Going On in Miami. We're going straight to calendar, and then we're wrapping up because we went way too long, and I'm tired.
This is great. How are you tired?
I keep telling them this is a 2-hour show.
No, because
I would say so too.
we've exhausted the
Banana.
that talk.
What talk with the UPS driver?
Yeah.
But okay, can we get just a quick little
No,
thing?
I gotta
and
be
I
honest.
think they're definitely gonna get a law settlement with the police because I'm telling you, like it's not how it's supposed to be. Anyway, they're doing it right. I'm very proud of the fact that they're gonna check the fucking Miami-Dade Police Department
They should.
for unprofessionalism, if you ask me.
Did you see how they were
And-
going to go about it?
Huh?
Did you see how they were
tell me. Okay, yeah, you see a can of worms.
No, the can of worms is that the DOJ is looking for anybody has requested that the people turn in their footage so they can investigate. The problem
the footage is from the helicopter.
No, they're talking about having.
No,
You haven't seen the people in their
That's
cars
not-
with the videos.
so they want it all. They want to get a hold of it all, and then they can make an assessment.
Did you see? And sorry to say this, but did you see the police officer just go like this to an old man? Go boom! Like, I mean, it's just so bogus to me.
Well, I mean,
sorry,
none of
They're
us
gonna-
are in that sense.
We might
of-
not. None of us is going to be like, yo, you know what? You're right, or you're right. Nobody's going to be right. Because I mean, if not, they come up to us and to
are
figure it
Miami
out, right?
cops the most professional in the nation?
Probably
I'm not going to
not.
argue that point.
Probably not.
But you got two dudes loose armed with a hijacked vehicle. You got to take it out.
Anyway, but they're like,
And you're
it's
gonna
funny- it's
lecture
funny-
me
No, I know,
about
no,
how what's the best
I'm
way
not gonna
to do
lecture
it?
you. I'm not saying I'm going to lecture you. No, not at all. I'm saying my opinion. But look at this. I think that they're going to get what's coming. Like people are going to obviously say
Question
something.
it. They're
You
not
know,
gonna
it's
sit back and
it's
say,
not
"Good job."
professional. And I'm not talking about like saying like, yo,
Jesus Christ.
put the sniper
The only
on
people
this
who
guy.
got what's coming
No.
is the two dudes who started the hijack.
Well, and they're dead.
Yeah, they
Ooh,
should
I think we got a call here.
Oh.
You guys
Oh,
wanna pipe
plug,
in?
First time.
plug them
Wait,
be.
in.
This is
Plug
our
them
third
in.
time.
Oh,
Well,
there might be.
third time.
Okay.
Wow.
You did hear Yama?
Is that no?
Yama,
Plug the
Yama,
other one in.
Yama.
I think it's.
Wait, he's hearing us. Hey,
Yeah, man. Wagwan.
How's it going?
Ooh.
This is Mystery Caller.
What's up?
The mystery caller. Yeah, man.
Hey, you smoking weed in Publix, man?
Me love the show. Long time. Me love the show.
Did you hear our conversation? You have anything to talk to us about or no?
Yeah, man. Me love banana, Me eat a damn banana too,
Oh, he hung up.
Was that Winston? I think he's.
I don't know who it is, but the
He's
person
right
calls.
outside.
Really?
I could hear.
Hey, yeah, man, we
I
love
think
you,
Junior
man.
just called us and he gave us his little
Hey,
tip on how much he hates this show. He was like, "Well, I don't know, but you guys didn't let me say my piece."
Bro.
Hey. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Turn
shit,
down your
damn.
radio, man, and call back.
All
man.
right,
Yeah.
hold on.
Are you smoking one in Publix, man?
Let's get
Anyway,
Here's my
it'll be a weird thing.
my
I'm gonna
predictions
stop.
for UPS guy. The whole department gets off. Nobody gets in trouble for shooting
course
that
not.
guy.
A GoFundMe account
Of the
For the
for like
the
UPS made for the guys like
Was he a father?
funeral
Did he have
thing.
kids?
it's like, hey, UPS.
Isn't that low?
Wait, does anybody know about the driver? Does he have kids or anything?
Yeah, he had actually 2 girls, and he had a wife.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
kind of
UPS
brutal.
made a
But like I
GoFundMe
said
instead
earlier,
of-
before I got into like
what a
my
son
whole
of a
personal
bitch
thing,
to get in the way of the cops.
they just
negotiating
like
with the
I called my
robbers.
friend and I go like, "Yo," and he goes like, "Yo, his car's still in the parking lot."
Yeah.
which is very sad.
That is sad.
Like it's like you're not going in.
His
Like
car's
it's
still in
almost
the-
like yo,
Oh,
you got
that's a
drafted
sa-
to war.
that's a
Like you're
sa-
not coming back. This guy
Went
like
to work.
was there. Like
Yeah,
his
that's
car
as
was there.
sad as his daughter's growing up without their dad, bro.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But that's
and
the
that's
big
the
issue.
fault of the cops. No,
Oh, there's
wait.
a second-
There was some dudes who decided to open up guns in a jewelry store.
It's both.
Yeah, come on.
But
let's
look,
let's
no,
lay
look,
let's
wait,
lay
wait,
the blame
wait a
where it
second.
goes.
But look, there
You guys
are-
wanna blame
there
the
are
cops. What
thugs-
about
No,
no,
no.
no,
the
no,
robbers?
nobody's blaming
No,
anything.
no.
Nobody's blaming anyone. But it's like there are thugs that can open up shots at a jewelry store. You and I can go in there and do that. Now, I would think that cops would be trained to fucking deal
Okay.
with these situations.
How about you're a dad on the force and you're the closest
You're a cop. You're a cop.
You're a cop and you're the closest one in the force and you got training and all of a sudden we're like, holy crap, we got 2 dudes who just hijacked that UPS truck that you just saw go in front of your unit with you and your partner. Get on it. They're armed and stop
dangerous.
it. So how much would we be bitching if they hadn't done their job well enough and these 2 dudes got out in the public in the middle of Coral Gables, which is where it started, and they opened
There
up
was actually like gun
and they opened
like,
up fire.
bullet holes in City Hall. Like
Yeah, man.
Coral Gables City Hall.
Where-
So, I mean,
where did it
like,
end?
they're
Where did it
rookies.
end?
Point
Miramar?
being, like they're rookies. They are rookies.
How many cops?
I mean, they
are
went in,
firing
like
at
I
the
said,
UPS
they're
thing?
going in, and they said, if we make it out alive, cool. If we get the diamonds, we're good. And if we don't, we're not going back to jail. That's all. That's the bottom line.
I don't. You know what you're saying. I get where you're coming from.
I don't think you
I
do.
just wish the protocol meant that when you're shooting at the truck and you're
Oh,
13
God,
guys, you're not shooting way off to the side and fucking killing an innocent guy. I'm not talking about the guy in the truck. Okay, I'm not talking about the hostage in the truck. Though maybe there is a better way to do those things. But the guy all the way off on the side, it just seems to me that at least one guy there of the 13 was shooting just like
aimlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody
No, for
seen?
sure.
Has anybody watched the movie Hot Fuzz?
And that's not good.
But I heard
No.
that one of those meatheads was like trying to shoot his wife in Homestead. So he goes like, "Let me see if I can do this angle real quick," and just goes, "All right, that's it. I'll shoot her.
So wait,
I'll be home and it'll be all right."
there's another part of this
Damn it,
story.
leave the comedy to me.
There's another part of this story that I hate, and it's the UPS GoFundMe for the guy.
Oh, well, that's
Right.
the worst.
The guy got killed on
You
fucking
bet.
at work. You know,
On
working
your
for
hours.
UPS. UPS is responsible for that shit. Don't set up a GoFundMe getting the whole public to pay for the damn funeral. This guy needs workman's comp or something, and UPS
my
should be.
God.
He got hurt on the
and
job.
UPS
Pay for it.
UPS should be paying somebody.
Somebody should be
like,
paying.
dude. It's not.
Wait a minute.
GoFundMe?
Let's do a
Yes,
GoFundMe
yes,
to see
GoFundMe.
who has the heart to pay for his shit.
GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Yes, he's got
Oh,
2
and-
daughters who are
Low.
going to grow up without their daddy, bro.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
UPS
Yeah.
should pay for it.
No, but you're making it too dramatic. It's just like, you know what it was?
And
It's like
more.
GoFundMe from a multi-million-dollar company.
Oh, wait,
Come on.
UPS set up the GoFundMe?
Yeah, they did.
That's
they
fucked.
did.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's almost like a backslap, you know? It's just like, all right, who took care of that kid?
That'd be right.
So
But they were banking on the thing. What
His daughters are going to grow up knowing their dad got whacked in the news in front of everybody in the town that they were born in, man. And you guys want to bitch that
I'm saying that when a UPS driver crashes into a wall, they don't send up a GoFundMe, and UPS probably tells that guy to fuck off, and his whole family can fuck off. You know what I mean? But this guy, the media's on it. Let's set up the GoFundMe. We'll make a couple million. Everybody knows
this guy
about it.
went to work in the morning.
Artie feels sad. He's going to donate $5. Whatever.
He went to work in the morning not knowing.
UPS doesn't do anything.
He went to work
it.
in the morning not knowing that he's not going to come back. Like I said, it's not like you're going to Vietnam. Like, it's almost like if you got drafted for Vietnam, you know you're not coming back. Sorry. Or even World War II.
Okay, this
but
just-
UPS? Like, are you kidding
This
me?
guy went to work in the morning for his 2 little daughters and the wife at the home.
Yeah.
And he got hijacked and he wound up getting killed. And
it was honestly like,
is
you
there
know, it was a
blame to go?
mistake.
Is there blame to go around? There's blame to go around. And in the meantime, a GoFundMe might be a more immediate way of getting some money to the family.
Instead of UPS, like taking care of some stuff.
Dude, it's a funeral.
Do you know how
it's
long
a
it can
funeral.
take corporate to like cough up some dough?
That's
a
bullshit.
very-
Well, why do you
That's
give
bullshit.
corporate? Corporate
I'm
can just
saying
write a
you're
check.
giving- I
It's a very
know, like
particular case. I think it's one.
how are you
little
giving?
case,
How are you
like-
giving
They may
them the right?
no.
Of
I'm not
like,
saying it's going to take them a long time to get that family. The GoFundMe might come a little quicker.
I don't
They
think
ain't
so.
exactly going to go
And listen,
bankrupt.
wait, is there a
No.
That's what
You're
I'm
not.
saying. Like,
wait a
it's like-
minute, Anna?
No.
Is there a cap on how much those 2 little girls should get?
Dude, at least get some money going to pay for the funeral.
No, 'cause it
And
really-
I'm thinking
like,
the
that doesn't-
GoFundMe is the quickest avenue.
I don't
No,
think
it's
so.
not.
I think it's UPS writing a $50,000 check. And saying,
UPS
hey,
is going to be tied up in litigation with the city of Miami or Coral
we
Gables
should-
cops.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna-
that's-
who's at
that's
fault?
probably
I'm gonna
none of our business.
I'm
but-
going to set up a GoFundMe insurance plan for myself so that you guys can feel sorry for me just in case in the future I die or something
Right.
like that. Why not? Just
and it's always
hey,
like, well,
because
maybe
when the
they
media
didn't
makes
meet the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's
like
fucking
what's
UPS.
But you know how
UPS
GoFundMe works, right?
should pay
Like, I
some
mean,
money.
Wow.
Anyway,
do you know, like, if the goal doesn't get met, like, he's not getting
Everything
buried.
gets
He's
dropped.
not getting a
Did it
funeral.
Did it get?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
did it?
it's UPS's fault. Yeah.
I'm saying, would you?
Yeah, go for it. It's UPS's fault.
No, but now
I
you're
mean-
taking
Well,
it, now you're
Artie's
taking it
not
somewhere
letting the
else.
cops
Wait a
take the
minute.
blame, or UPS.
He got
gets involved.
he got hurt on the
No.
job,
He
man.
got hurt on the job.
Whoa.
He got hurt on the job.
Hey, and the
Yes, there should-
Teamsters
yeah,
Union
yes,
should
the-
take
and
care of
the-
it too.
yes, the
that
u-
they're probably
Yeah.
Union
way
should-
up in there.
The
So
and who
I'm
do you
just
think?
saying.
So between the union and
And
the
UPS
workers'
as a-
comp
as a
and UPS
billion-dollar company,
and
saying.
Coral Gables cop,
They're not gonna
who's
do
gonna,
that.
Who's going to accept?
Who's
going
gonna
to
take-
accept
who's gonna take that-
culpability?
who's gonna-
They'll
wait,
be
wait.
tied up in court for years.
I wish I had a sound effect. Who's going to take the hit of
Wait.
the funeral? Like,
Wait a
dude,
minute.
Tone it down a second. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't be the public giving the damn money.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving
Just
the
on the
public.
on the sob
Of all
story.
the
On the
people.
sob
It's
story.
the bleeding hearts
and all the sob story out.
GoFundMe gives out so much dough over such
GoFundMe
paltry
should at least
shit.
go to the guy, the
but it doesn't
bystander.
belong
Their
there. What
GoFundMe
we're
for the
saying- what I'm
bystander
trying to
that
say is,
got
like,
killed?
it doesn't belong there. It's like, dude, UPS could have just done that very civilly and just been like, you know what? Like,
we
let's
got
give
it.
this guy a funeral. We got it. Exactly. Like, shit.
And we have insurance for these drivers. Blah
Wait,
blah blah.
wait.
Yes, I agree. UPS should have come up and said, we got a college fund for both of these girls.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. Anyway, can we?
Well,
can we
that's
put the
part of the
calendar?
back burner because that's another one. So we'll start that one real quick. Calendar.
Hey,
Right? I'm sorry.
Publix man, break it up,
Okay.
please.
Here, I'll go real quick.
So good.
The Miami calendar here on December 11th, Wednesday. You're on Jolt Radio. Nothing's going on in Miami, episode 24. Here's what's going on in the next couple days. Tomorrow, Thursday, December 12th, you have Mannequin Pussy live at Gramps with
Really?
with Kississippi and Donzi opening.
Yeah.
I didn't know Donzi was
Donzi.
opening. So
Mannequin
that's cool.
Pussy is the shit.
Wow, Donzi again on this show?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
something
I'd
new.
like to.
Let's do it.
Can I say something
I'm
about
going.
tomorrow? Sweat Records cassette
Yes,
release.
I have
oh,
it
you have
here.
it there. Okay.
This is the release for El Cuerpo Pide Amor, a new tape compilation from soft writers of Spanish love songs. Oh, we have the tape
Yeah,
right
the
here.
tape's right there, unopened.
Is that a tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tape.
Nice.
Is that coming back?
Huh?
I heard that's coming
made a
back.
comeback.
It's been back.
It's been
So
back,
this
it's
is
been
at
back.
Sweat Records
Nice.
tomorrow. Tape release. Dracula's on the tape.
Nice.
Alongside sounds by John
Whoa.
from Jolt Radio.
Who is that prick? Who is that prick?
What sounds?
That's all I need to know.
What sounds are
Is the Jamaican guy calling back in or what?
he did. He did.
Visuals by Party Witch, and
Oh yeah, she kills it.
a portion of the proceeds benefit Flimmigrant. I'm not sure.
Human Rights Coalition or Hispanic Rights Coalition or
Gotcha.
forgot what it
Artie's
was.
not excited about that.
7 to 10 p.m. So that's like before you go to Gramps, you go
Yeah.
to Sweat Records.
And there's actually complimentary PBR. Not to sponsor the
My
whole.
kids
like,
are
thing, you know.
half Latin and my old lady's Latin.
Sorry.
All right, there's a party at. Is this? Yep. Next. Is it talking about next Thursday?
Wait. This Saturday.
Oh,
Wait,
there
I'm
we
not
go.
there yet. I'm
Oh.
on Friday.
Oh,
I think, he,
might
lo-
be,
I think
might
he
be.
lost his like scroll on the calendar.
I know he said
He's like, there's got to be
Thursday.
something on Friday.
Okay.
Jesus.
Bed Scene playing at Rosas on Friday.
Oh, Betsy, yeah. Cool
We
dude.
got.
Hey, what about Donzi?
Do you like Donzi or no? Have you heard that?
never
Oh, I love
heard
Donzi.
We love
bro.
Donzi on the show.
Dude, that's all
You
he
would,
talks
I think you
about
would
on
love
this
it.
show.
I think you should actually come out that night.
On Friday, Brent Fayez at the Ground. You have an opening at the Frost Art Museum.
What? More art?
Yeah, more art. It's still going. Masters of Art Education as exhibition. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Las Nubes is playing on Friday at Union Warehouse, which I'm not sure where it is, but I'm sure you can look it up.
It's on 57th and 4th Avenue.
Nice.
It's parallel to the railroad tracks.
What?
Okay.
There you go. Hey.
Then on Saturday, what were you going to say?
Got a big birthday coming up for a friend of the show, Diego.
Who was on show
Big 40.
5 episodes ago.
If that's the big 40, Artie, you're getting old because, you know.
I don't give you fuck.
I don't give you fuck.
also,
Friend of the show, Oscar.
this Saturday, December 14th, you have Cave of
The big
Swimmers.
40. Hold on. How do you celebrate the big 40? Like, so
Dinner.
you know, you have the dirty 30s, but the big 40. Where's the rhyme to
wife
that?
cooks
You know, it's
dinner.
like
your family takes you out to dinner and you
That's
go
it?
home and you beat off.
that's
Wait, I'm
lovely.
going
I
to that
kinda-
party,
I kind of
though.
want that
Shit.
party. Oh, you're going to that
I'm
party?
going to that party.
That's oddly specific there, Artie.
Yeah. Is that what happened on your B-Day?
No, of course not.
Who's 40 here? None of us.
I mean,
All right, continue. Let's not get into it.
I'm 45, man.
Come on, man. We were
So-
supposed to keep it a secret.
Happy birthday to Diego. That's Saturday. Saturday, December 14th, you have Cave of Swimmers and
Oh yeah, at Las Rosas.
yeah,
Wait,
and Holly
Cave of
Hunt.
Swimmers, we had him on here.
Yeah,
didn't we?
Arturo.
Oh, I love
Arturo's
Arturo's
really
awesome.
nice.
He's cool. He's a
awesome.
cool
He's
dude.
the
Shout out
best
to Arturo.
percussionist.
What the
that's-
hell kind of name is that though?
Oh, what's
Cave
the name?
of Swimmers.
Yeah, is
Well,
like
Cave
Have you
of
broken
Swimmers,
it
yeah.
down, or
I thought it was like a.
like imagine like caves and swimmers?
I thought it was
Exactly.
like a contraception.
I
Sort
think
of
it's a
thing.
nut
I
sack.
think it's a what? I thought it was a reference to something.
It
Whatever.
could
I
be
don't
the-
know.
Yeah, the
Contraceptions.
But them and Holly Hunt are
Oh,
playing
oh,
at
I get it
Rosas
now. Oh,
on
maybe.
Saturday night.
kind of like fallopian tubes. Maybe.
Okay.
Exactly right.
Fallopian tubes, jeez.
Have you seen that one that says it's not a fallopian? Like, hey man, I'm getting kind of tired. Where are the fallopian tubes at? And they go like, we're on a toilet ride, motherfucker.
Yeah. Quick, turn back. They were heading the wrong way.
Or, oh, stinky pussy, go back.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I can get on this for a while. I got plenty of those coming down the dirty joint.
And I think that's it for my calendar here.
Damn.
Christmas
Yeah,
coming
then
up.
there's Christmas coming.
And then Christmas.
Oh wait,
happens.
hey, when's this next show gonna be? It's not next.
Wait, on Monday the 16th, there's a very special one-night-only screening of a documentary,
Of Sylvester
of a
Stallone's
Gorillaz
Cobra.
documentary at Sweat Records.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Yep.
It's like
so that's also a Sweat thing. So Sweat tomorrow on Thursday,
tomorrow,
and you
and
can
then
go back on Monday.
on Monday.
And Gramps tomorrow
Double
for
win.
Mannequin Pussy,
Sweat got
which
a
should be all right.
massive-
Yeah, we should
Night
actually go to
Foundation
Mannequin
grant,
Pussy.
huh?
I think I'm very looking into Mannequin Pussy.
I'm
Did
definitely
you guys
going.
see that
No.
Sweat got this
Oh.
massive Night Foundation grant to like expand and all this
Really?
massive.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's interesting
To
that they
do,
would
like,
give it to a
programming.
record store.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up.
I guess because they do a lot of programming.
So it's for programming plus expansion. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well,
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go to Sweat and Gramps
drink
tomorrow.
PBRs.
Yeah, a Sweat to see Mr. Jolt.
No, but
Tomorrow.
go to Gramps to see Mannequin Pussy.
Yeah, there you
Because
go.
apparently, if you dig deep enough to a mannequin pussy, you might get some pleasure. I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Boy, this show has really.
No, wait. So a mannequin always has a bulge. Have you guys noticed that? It could be a camel toe, and you never know.
The male
If it's
one
like-
has a little bump.
You think so? No, there's always
Like a
like
Ken
I
doll.
think it's always like the straight.
Is this where we're taking
They're
this
tucking
show?
their shit
That's
out.
the end of it.
Anyway,
Jesus.
yeah, it's a rollout. Do you guys have music?
Yeah,
Yeah,
play
please.
us out. Play us out.
God, and I hate
Yeah.
the play out. Jesus.
But you know what's interesting? That the conversations after the show are going to be great.
Okay. Well, on that note, thanks for listening. Go to nothingsgoingon.com. Go to joltradio.org and all that stuff. Thank you. We'll be back.
305-361-8557 Miami. Get in on
We'll
it.
be back next year. We'll be back next year.
Happy New Year.